Well. Quick video today, and yes, we are live, but we're going to do a quick live today. Last day, we love the kids. Vacation Bible School, for those of you who know what that is. But I figured we'd do a quick live today because Stephen Jones has spoken, and I think Stephen Jones actually spoke out yesterday, and it's just now being released, I think, on DallasCowboys.com. But nevertheless, we are going to see if we can dissect this. I haven't even listened to it, but we're going to see if we can dissect it. And then we'll listen to a couple of player interviews, and we're going to be out of here today. So that is going to be our show. And like we've been doing all week, we'll probably get right back at it tonight with Cowboys After Dark. We'll see how I feel. But more than likely, we're going to get back at it tonight with Cowboys After Dark, and then we'll get back to our regular schedule program starting next week. But welcome, Cowboy fans, Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live, and we are live right now. If you haven't become a channel member or subscriber, please do. We have so many great things coming in the future. Now let's talk facts. So we're going to use the same music today. We're going to do a quick roll call, and then we're going to get right into this show. Don't have much time again, but you know we love the kids. We got to go finish our last night with the kids. Tonight, let's see what we got. R-Dub, what up, fam? Good to see you. Good to see you. He said, I agree with you. It's going to be a good year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dominique Pittman in the crib. What's going on? The ghost of Mike McCarthy still haunting me. What's going on? He said it's a great day for breakups, but not for me and the G. Spitting on some of them facts. Yeah, let's do it. Big Cloud in the crib. He says goes 12-5, 3 years in a row. Besides last year, because of injuries. So what do y'all haters think gonna happen this year? Boy, this team is different. I agree with you, good Big Cloud. Let's go. Poby D up in here got my back. Yes, sir. He said I finally got the beginning. Yeah, we in. Let's go. Los Altos, what's going on? Dak owns filthy. Bring them baskets. I love it. Bring them baskets. Lord Nova 85 up in here. What's going on? The real D-Rail Carter here. What's going on? The Basement Boys in the building. The Basement Boys. Maybe it wasn't you, but I could have swore I heard Michael Irvin going back and forth with you on his live stream the other day. Tell me if that was you. Kevin Hicks, what's going on? What's going on with you? Van Pay, what's going on? Randall Armstrong up in here. Yes, sir. He said enjoying the show. Yes, sir. We about to get this thing going. What up, John Jones? What's up with you? All right, Battle Cowboys 999. Let's go. My main man, Robert Simmons, is up in here. Well. Yes, sir. Young Star up in here. What's going on? Daniel M, right hand man. What up? What's going on? Good to see you. Ty Howard, let's go. All right. Sheldon Smith in here. He said, let's go, them boys. All right, let's go. The ghost of Mike McCarthy said the past 2 hours, any smart NFL agent was mass texting their clients saying, if you got any skeletons in your closet, then this is the afternoon to get them out in the media. Yeah, man. Yeah, boy, it is. Woo. 13-4. Michael Towery, what's going on? Battle Cowboys, Shotty bringing that energy we need. Oh, man, I 100% agree. Reality Cowboy, let's go. Pure Gaming up in here, let's go. It's good to see you. What's going on with you? All right, Terry, yeah, Dak equals MVP. I did a video on it. Yeah, let's do it. All right, David J, we'll kind of get everybody else as they come on in. But good to see y'all. Daniel M, he said hit that like button. Let's go. All right. We're going to see how long we can do this before my wife come knocking on the door to come get me. But the Stephen Jones interview. I think Daniel M might have been referring to this a little bit yesterday because Stephen Jones, some people think Stephen Jones may be trying to deceive us with some of the things that he's saying. I think he's being pretty direct. Again, but I haven't heard it, but I've heard the statement that I think Dominique is kind of talking about. That Daniel M is talking about. So we'll see. Again, what's going on? Everybody coming in. Appreciate you. Arthur Robinson here. What's going on? Yeah, blessings to you too. See, base in the crib. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Jacob, what's going on? All right, Jared Thomas, number one Dak Prescott fan. I'm number two. What's going on with you? Dallas will bounce back. Question for you: Why is not winning a Super Bowl acceptable for Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen MVPs, but not for Dak Prescott and a non-MVP? That's the $1 million question. Nobody wants to answer it, Jared. I guess because he's Dak Prescott. That's the only conclusion I can come to now. It's the only conclusion I can come to because he's Dak Prescott. That's it. That's the only thing I can tell you. All right, so let's get in this thing with Stephen Jones. I have no clue what we are about to hear. So we'll kind of stop in between some of the questions and answers, and we'll kind of do some analyzation as a group here. Keek in the crib, I see you in the chat. Y'all ready? All right, let's go. Let's lean with it, rock with it.
I think our guys do a good job of communicating. And, obviously this is not mandatory. And, he's getting his work done. Our guys are keeping up with it. And very pleased with where he is. We know who he's working with and feel good about it.
Would you rather him be here? I mean, Brett is known as one of the great rehab guys. Would you rather him be here or be there?
Our preference is always have him here. I mean, like you said, we're huge fans of what Brett does with them. But at the same time, that's his choice. So, as I said, it's not mandatory. And, we do, our understanding is he's getting the work done and he'll be back in and we'll get a good look at him next week.
Do you have an understanding?
Okay. If I'm a guessing man, this sounds like Trayvon Diggs they're talking about. I believe the Cowboys and Trayvon Diggs are at war. I do believe that Trayvon Diggs and the Cowboys are at war. And I don't think Trayvon Diggs is dumb. Trayvon Diggs is not dumb. I think Trayvon Diggs understands. This is it. I don't care how, unless Trayvon Diggs comes back and breaks Deron Bland's record and gets 7 touchdowns and returns them for touchdowns. If he gets 7 interceptions and returns them for touchdowns, it is over for Trayvon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys. It is over for Trayvon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys. And then we get a couple more greetings in here. I cannot go without greeting my sister in the Cowboys. Sexy Suze, what's going on with you? Good to see you and to see you in a minute. What's going on with you? Arthur Roberts in here. What's going on? Terry, what's going on? Dak had to overcome the Joneses. I made that argument a few months ago. Johnny Blue, what's going on with you? Yes, sir. I'm doing pretty good. I have a few hours to work on this afternoon and this evening, so I'll be listening. Yes, sir. What's going on with you? Cowboys, Thanos in the building. Yeah, I see you. Von Pay in the building. Let's go. But again, I'm telling you, Davion Wallace, what's going on with you? Yep. Davion Wallace. Yep. Diggs is done. They're talking about Diggs. Let me tell you something. Diggs know what's going on. Ice Wall Cowboy, what's going on with you? Let's go. Yeah. I'm awake. What's going on? Let's go. I appreciate y'all coming in. Hey, I'm telling you, Cowboys are done with Diggs. And I think Diggs knows it. Diggs is not dumb. Cowboys are done with Diggs. And this is even making a bigger gap between Diggs and the Cowboys. They say they know who he's rehabbing with. They would prefer him to be with their guy. Just understand what Trayvon Diggs is doing is him throwing a strike back at the Cowboys, who win at Trayvon Diggs by telling the world that the reason why Trayvon Diggs is injured again is because Trayvon Diggs didn't do his rehab right. Yeah, they kind of put that out there. They were not happy with the way he did his last rehab. And so they wanted him to rehab with their guy, but he refused to do it. And I think one of the reasons why he refused to do it is because he wants to do this documentary, and he's doing this documentary to prove to everyone that he's rehabbing hard. Now, taking a chance on this. Because now if you don't bounce back and you don't be what you were, that rehab is going to come into question again. And so the Cowboys saying that they're keeping up, but they can only keep up as good as they can. Because they're not going to really know what Trayvon Diggs is until they get him back in. And I'm telling you, all that rehab stuff is great until the rubber meets the road. Until you have to start falling on that knee. Until you actually start going against somebody who's actually you're going against somebody who's trying to get something. They trying to get that bag. They trying to get that end zone. It's a whole different story. So they don't know what Trayvon Diggs is. But I can tell you right now, what's going on, Warren Miles? Los Altos in here, what's going on? I'm telling you, this dude is done. Cowboys, hey, he done. He done. The only thing the Cowboys are hoping now is that maybe they can get something for him. He done. I'm telling y'all. Trayvon Diggs is done with the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are done with Trayvon Diggs. So it really, Trayvon Diggs has to make sure that no matter what he does, he's got to get healthy. Trayvon Diggs has to get healthy, because if Trayvon Diggs isn't healthy, not only is it over for him with the Cowboys, it won't be over for him in this league, but you can be rest assured he won't be getting any kind of money from anybody else, hardly anything. Dominique Pittman, appreciate that super chat. Dominique Pittman says, Daniel Lim just said in the chat, if they done with him, then go get Ramsey or someone else. Now, let's think on this. I know we don't like what I'm about to say. I think they may be thinking the answer is in the building. If y'all don't think they're banking big on Kaiir Elam, they're banking big on Kaiir Elam. I told y'all this before. I told y'all this early. Keep your eye on Kaiir Elam. Let me tell you something about these players. Because I'm going to tell you about Joe Milton III. And we're not going to talk long about Joe Milton III. But I'm going to tell you about Joe Milton III and his agent. Players are opportunistic just like anybody else. Players are watching things going on around this league. Their agents are too. Everybody is opportunistic. Everybody is looking for their opportunity. Kaiir Elam comes to the Cowboys. You want to know why he's hyped? You want to know why this dude is doing everything he can in OTAs? You watch him in training camp. Watch what I tell you in training camp. We're going to be hearing a lot about Kaiir Elam. Kaiir Elam is going to ball out in training camp. Why? Because he smells an opportunity. Former first-round draft pick. Buffalo gave up on him too quick after an injury. Kaiir Elam was highly touted coming out of Florida, I believe it was. Kaiir Elam, they're already saying he is looking like the fastest cornerback in the room. Kaiir Elam is well aware of this Trayvon Diggs stuff. He's well aware of it. He's like a shark in the water. He smelled blood. Opportunity. Kaiir Elam is going to do everything he can do to impress this team and show them, I'm the cornerback. Yeah, I'm the cornerback. I'm the starting cornerback that you need. Kaiir Elam, Savon Revel Jr., Deron Bland. Don't sound too bad to me. We've went with rookie cornerbacks before. We've done it. Kaiir Elam isn't a rookie. Savon Revel Jr. is a rookie. I got news for us. At some point, we're going to have to jump into the deep end of the pool. I know no one wants to hear some of this talk, but at some point, we're going to have to jump into the deep end of the pool. And we're going to have to say, we're going young, period. We're not bringing in veteran. We're not bringing in a veteran at every position for depth or bringing in a veteran to mentor some young guy. Nope. We're not going to keep doing that. At some point, you just say, nah, we going with the young guys. We rolling. We're rolling. And the Cowboys may be saying some of that now. We don't like it. It is what it is. It is what it is. But the Cowboys may simply be saying we're rolling. We got to run Bland. He's the anchor. He's now the anchor of the defensive backfield. Kaiir Elam. Kaiir Elam, he's played in this league. He's not a spring chicken. He played for the Buffalo Bills. The Cowboys are saying, hey, we're going to ride. And Trayvon Diggs, he know this. Trayvon Diggs full well knows this. Cowboys are done with him. I believe the Cowboys are done with him. I think this is his last year with the Cowboys. And Kaiir Elam is very opportunistic, as he should be. No one is owed anything in this league. If any one of us played in this league, understand it's a privilege. None of us would be owed. It's a battle of attrition. Tony Romo, in the infamous words of Tony Romo, it's a meritocracy. It's a meritocracy. And the last time we saw Trayvon Diggs, whether we like it or not, Trayvon Diggs wouldn't tackle. Trayvon Diggs wouldn't tackle. Trayvon Diggs was getting burnt. Trayvon Diggs has not been the same since he got the deal. Y'all do know Trayvon Diggs got the deal and pop, injury. Trayvon Diggs hasn't been the same. He hasn't been the same, and the Cowboys are going to keep doing it. And it is what it is. This is called the National Football League. It is what it is. Now, as far as Jalen Ramsey, I don't think the Cowboys, if they bring in Jalen Ramsey, I do not believe Jalen Ramsey is playing cornerback for the Cowboys. I think Jalen Ramsey is playing safety for the Cowboys. I think if pretty much a lot of teams bring in Jalen Ramsey, I think they're going to be probably looking at him for safety work. Because he's a very good run stopper. I think he still has his cornerback instincts. Not quite sure, though, he's that top flight cornerback that he used to be. But nevertheless, if we bring him in, he's probably going to be a safety. And I think he would be great as a safety for the Cowboys. I really do. I'd rather see him actually at safety playing with those young guys. I'd like to see, if we do get Jalen Ramsey, let him be a safety and let him be back there managing those guys. Managing those guys. Yeah, let him be the leader in that backfield. Manage those guys. But again, Daniel Lim, I do believe that if Trayvon Diggs comes in, if Jalen Ramsey comes in, I don't think he's getting that spot. I think he's going to be one of the safeties. I do. And I think Donovan Wilson may be expendable for the Cowboys. We're going to see what happens in training camp. But if Jalen Ramsey comes in, I do believe he's going to play safety. And I think that'll be fabulous for him, and I think it'll be good for us. I'd love to see Jalen Ramsey out here with these young, quick cornerbacks. So it's going to be good, but I can tell you up front, they're done. They're done with Diggs. They're done with Diggs. And this is the very reason why, to me, Diggs needs to focus on getting healthy. Just like DeMarcus Lawrence did. I said this last year about DeMarcus Lawrence, and people didn't believe it. At least some didn't. But I was saying this about DeMarcus Lawrence. I said it. DeMarcus Lawrence won't play another down for the Cowboys. I said it. I said it when they first started talking about DeMarcus Lawrence is coming back. DeMarcus Lawrence said, I'm not playing hurt. You do know what that means when somebody says they're not playing hurt. He's saying he was not playing unless he was 100%. Well, what's 100%? He never hit the field again. He prepared himself to go play for another team. Trayvon Diggs better make sure he is 100% because his career is riding on it. Because teams are going to be looking to see if Diggs is what he is too. Let me tell you something about this league. They are not dumb. If I'm looking up Trayvon Diggs' contract, and I know what that contract looked like, I know these people aren't dumb. Hey, man, this dude may hit the market. Let's see what he looks like. Let's see what he looks like. He looks good. Who knows? Maybe the Cowboys try to trade him. Or they just let him go. But either way, Diggs is done. Diggs is done. And if they do bring in Ramsey again, I don't think Ramsey's playing cornerback for the Cowboys. I think he's playing safety. Poobie D, yeah. Hey, they're going to be looking hard at Revel. But again, Poobie D, Revel is here to stay. So we're not worried about, we're worried about Revel, but he's here to stay. Poobie D, the key to all this is Kaiir Elam. The key is Kaiir Elam. I know we got the Kalen Carsons and the Josh Butlers, and we're kind of waiting on those guys to get healthy. But no, the Cowboys brought Kaiir Elam in for a reason. They believe that he can be a top-flight cornerback. I'm telling you, they think he can be a top-flight cornerback. Kaiir Elam has a great opportunity, and he better be very opportunistic because I'm telling you, Savon Revel Jr., he here to stay. Kaiir Elam, he can run Trayvon Diggs right on out of town. Inadvertently. He can run him out of town with his performance. And so, I will not be surprised. I do think we're going to see, though. Let me say all that to say this. I do think we're going to see Trayvon Diggs on the field with the Cowboys. At least I do right now. We're going to see him on the field. And I do think we're going to see him, Savon Revel Jr. and Deron Bland on the field at the same time, at least this year. Because I don't think Trayvon Diggs lasts past this year. But when he does get back, we are going to see him on the field. Y'all don't worry about that. We're going to see him on the field. The Cowboys want to see what he is too. But don't you get Stephen Jones twisted. Yeah, they're perturbed about this thing with Trayvon Diggs. They are very perturbed about this thing with Trayvon Diggs. Morris Newton, he said if they can trade him for Ramsey and some fashion or make a deal like that, would that be possible? Hey, never know. You never know. Again, Ramsey, I'm going to say the same thing about Ramsey I said about DJ Reader. We're going to kind of see what the Cowboys' minds is, over the next few months. DJ Reader is a championship move. DJ Reader is a championship move. I would dare say Jalen Ramsey, not at cornerback. But if you bring in Jalen Ramsey, you're also telling me, you remember when Jerry Jones said we're all in? Jalen Ramsey is another all-in move. You're not bringing in Jalen Ramsey unless you're saying I'm all in this year. Because I do think the Cowboys are all in. But a part of me is saying I think the Cowboys are saying we need another year to build this. So we want to start building the momentum of doing what we're going to do next year, even though we still have an opportunity to win this year. Because if they just go with what they have, to me, they're just saying we're going to see if we can get it with this. But if you get DJ Reader, we all in. Take it Jalen Ramsey, we all in. We pushing chips to the middle if we get those two players. If we get Jalen Ramsey, we're pushing chips to the middle because Jalen Ramsey isn't a long-term deal. I don't think he's a long-term deal. But again, I think we're going to hear him say some things about Jalen Ramsey, and I think this is kind of where Daniel Lim was the other day when he was talking about Stephen Jones and what he said. So we go see if he says this here. Daniel Lim said, "D. We're falling into the trap of the Jones boys' delusional philosophical plan." No, I think they're doing a great job. Because the reason why I'm saying I don't think that we are is because of Brian Schottenheimer. I do think they're giving Brian Schottenheimer some say-so. Not all to say-so, but I think they're giving him some say-so. And Brian Schottenheimer is making sure that he doesn't let them rest on their laurels. Brian understands he needs players. He does. He understands he needs players. So he's going to still push them. But again, think about it. I just don't. Jalen Ramsey, I think it's a championship move if the Cowboys do it. I just don't think they're going to do it. I'm not sure if he kind of fits into what they're trying to do. But again, Robert Simmons said another thing about their Kyrie Elam, he's trying to get a fifth-year option. Now, the Cowboys turned his fifth-year option down with the Cowboys, but they declined it. He worked for it. Yeah. See, the Cowboys and Robert Simmons, think about this. Yeah, they turned it down because they want to work out their own deal. Because, like, hey, man, you ain't work, you haven't really got that $20 million. You haven't earned that or whatever that fifth-year option was. But I bet you they told him, too, make no mistake about it, you come in here and ball out this year, we'll give you a 3 or 4 year deal. And if you catch Kyrie Elam on his way up, man, you get this dude cheap. Cowboys made to get Kyrie Elam cheap because they're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to pay for DeRon Bland. Everybody keeps talking about all this money the Cowboys have in salary cap money. Man, we better understand the Cowboys got to sign some players. They got to sign DeRon Bland. This dude can play inside and outside. You're not letting DeRon Bland go. If DeRon Bland stays healthy, DeRon Bland about to hit the lottery. Oh, I got bad news for y'all. Some of y'all might call it bad news. Jalen Tolbert's about to break the bank. Not as a number 1 or a number 2. Jalen Tolbert is going to break the bank for the Cowboys this year. If he just puts up the numbers that he put up last year as a number 3 wide receiver, did y'all see the deal for Bateman? Did y'all see the deal Bateman got? Jalen Tolbert is going to hit the bank. He's going to break the bank too. Cowboys like him. So the Cowboys, they got players that they have to pay. So all of that is going to figure in. All of this is going to figure in. But again, Trayvon Diggs, y'all. I think Diggs is done. I do. Poobie D, he said, I'd rather keep Diggs than pay Ramsey. I tell you this, Poobie D. The Cowboys are going to they're going to give Trayvon Diggs a chance to make his case. They're going to give him a chance. I don't think it's going to happen as far as him getting extended. But they're going to put him on the field this year. And he's going to have an opportunity to, because we already got him under contract. We don't have to worry about that if he balls out. Cowboys already got him under contract. So they can keep him. But yeah, he talking about Diggs. They want Diggs there. Don't let him fool you. They want Diggs there. But Diggs is doing his own thing. So it is what it is. Let's roll.
Understanding of when you think he'll be ready, and how does it affect your approach to the season if he's not here for the start of the season?
Well, we don't know that for sure. Probably, and won't have a feel for when he's going to be able to, get in the middle of everything until we get to training camp, probably, and really, with him day in and day out and see how he's progressing. And of course, we'll know a lot more because of time.
Steven, I know that you said roster.
So I think this is a part of the Cowboys, the method to the madness. Daniel Lim and others, think about this. I don't think the Cowboys are in a stalemate. I don't think they're saying we're not going to make any more moves. But I do think what they're doing, I think, is smart. Let's see what everyone looks like. For example, why go start bringing guys in if the guys that you have are performing at a high level? For example, let's say Mozzie Smith comes into camp and start busting heads. I mean, Mozzie Smith come into camp and just start cracking heads, man. Stuffing the run, stopping the run. I mean, I'm talking about Mozzie Smith comes in, he looking like this is what we were looking for in the first place. That's Mozzie. Mozzie, if he comes in busting heads like that, then Mozzie now is telling you you don't need to go get DJ Reader. But if you want some depth and you don't trust Jay Toya, let's see if we can find let's see if we can find, as people start making the post-June 1st cuts, which they haven't started making yet, when they start making those post-June 1st cuts, maybe we can find somebody that's not as expensive as Reader. Maybe we can just find us a true veteran one tech that can just take some of the snaps away from Jay Toya, and we'll still give Jay Toya some snaps, but somebody that when we want to let Mozzie be out the game, he can take some of those snaps. DJ Reader to me is if Mozzie comes into camp and he's not busting heads the way that you want him to. You noticing that he's taking a step, but he hasn't taken the step that you're looking for this season. So you say, okay, let's go get DJ Reader. Let's see if we can get like maybe a 2-year deal. But if Mozzie is cracking heads, we say, let's go get us, hey, we don't have to get DJ Reader. Because I'm telling you, DJ Reader is a championship move. Bar none. And that means if he's a championship move, you got to spin to win. Reader ain't coming cheap. I'm telling us now, he ain't coming cheap. Reader know what he is. He ain't coming cheap. And this league is hungry for one techs. This league is hungry. He may be Detroit's trash because they may have a wealth of just a plethora of weapons because of things they did in the draft. But for other teams, we won't be the only one looking at DJ Reader. But I do think the Cowboys are kind of keeping a lookout, because I think a lot of teams are saying, we want to see what we have in camp before we start making our own post-June 1st cuts. Not only do we want to see what we have in camp, we want to see what other people have at camp. Y'all understand how smart these people are. They're not just watching their own camp. They want to watch other teams' camps so they can kind of know if there are teams who are in need for the very players that they may be thinking about cutting. Because before they cut those players, their last-ditch effort would be, okay, maybe we can get a trade. Maybe we can find a team that wants a trade. Maybe we can get a draft pick out of this. Whatever the case may be. So everybody's kind of doing the same game. I said this yesterday. Man, everybody's playing the same game right now. Everybody needs to see what they have in camp, because you don't want to prematurely start making moves that you don't need to make. And that's why I say with the Cowboys, let us be a little bit more patient. Let us be a little bit more patient. They need to get the players that they have right now in camp. Get them in pads. Let's see what they look like with the pads on. Let's see what they look like now with the defense going against them. Because Brian keeps emphasizing, the defense can't get the ball in OTAs. They don't have access to the ball. And he's basically just saying in a fancy way, they're not getting to put that plastic on nobody. They're not getting to be really aggressive. They're not really getting to really hit. We're going to get that in training camp. Right now, all you can do is judge these guys by individual drills. We're going to get them in camp and we're going to see what they are. So, again, everybody, be patient. The Cowboys are not done. I don't think they're done. Everything they've done so far and everything they're doing doesn't give me the indication they're done. It's telling me the Cowboys are being smart. They want to see what they have before they start bringing more in. And that is what you need to do. Before you go to the grocery store, look in your cabinet, look in your refrigerator, see what you got, and then whatever you don't have, you go to the grocery store and get it. So before we decide that we need DJ Reader or Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, before we say we need them, let's see what we got in training camp And then as training camp gets going, we'll say, okay, Mozzie ain't doing what he's supposed to do, or he ain't where we want him to be. We're going to keep working with him to get him to where he needs to be. But in the meanwhile, we might need to go get DJ Reader. Or he's looking real good. We can get him to where he needs to be. Maybe we go get somebody else. Maybe we go get a guy who maybe got 1 or 2 more years left in his career. I'm just telling you that's what the Cowboys do. Michael Irvin talked about it last night. That's just what they're going to do probably. And if Kyer Elam is balling, Savon Revel Jr. comes back healthy, balling. Kalen Carson, balling. We already know Deron Bland going to do his thing. Then the Cowboys can say again, all right, well, we don't really maybe need somebody, whatever the case may be. We're going to roll with this. And I do think there is a scenario where the Cowboys say, we're going to roll what we have because Trayvon Diggs will be back, and we're going to get this, we're going to get what we wanted all along. Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, Jordan Lewis is no longer here, Savon Revel Jr. on the field, and if you get those 3 on the field, you're still going to have a great backfield. Problem is, by year's end, Cowboys are going to have to make a decision because Deron Bland is going to be the cornerstone of the defensive back room, and they're not going to probably pay Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs. But again, what he's saying, what they're doing is, hey, it's smart. Just see what you got.
Management roster improvement is a 365-day deal, with it now being post-June 1st, which matters in a lot of ways. Are there any, without saying the names, are there any free agents or any potential additions you guys are still looking to make or assessing before training camp gets underway?
We don't have anything that's on the front burner. I mean, obviously, we'll paying a little attention. We found a player or 2 through the UFL, and so, you know, we're watching that in terms of, you know, those guys are doing a good job over there, and we'll see if there's anybody who can help us there, and then we'll just keep our eyes on what might come available.
So nothing.
So again, guys, don't take what he's saying in the wrong way. What Stephen Jones is saying is right. Notice what he said. We don't have anything on the front burner. So you got something on the back burner. Just listen to what he said. We don't have anything on the front burner. Yeah, that means we got something on the back burner. One of the things they have on the back burner is the UFL. Don't let that put you off. I haven't even listened to this, but I'm putting myself in the mind of a GM right now. If I'm a GM for the Cowboys, this is actually my mindset. Before I start talking about bringing in other players, because we are so bloated right now with players from free agency, from the draft, from trading. We're bloated. We gotta worry about trying to cut through the guys we have. So let's get to training camp. Let's get to training camp. Let's see what we have in training camp. Let's see how people are moving in training camp. And again, I think Stephen Jones is saying exactly what I'm saying. Let's put some food on the back burner. Let's put some food on the back burner. This is the food that I would think would be on the back burner. DJ Reader, Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander. I mean, you name it. There are players, and we could all probably think of, they're putting them all on the back burner. All of them on the back burner. Because on the front burner, the reality is, on the front burner is our own players. We got our own players on the front burner. We want to see what they cooking with. We want to see if they cooking. We need to see if Mozzie is cooking. And I talked about this last night. I'm not bringing in another player. I don't even want, and I know a lot of people say, oh, create competition. You can create competition and not be in a way of bringing in somebody that's saying, hey, we're going to bring this guy in because if you don't work out, he got your. No. We can tell by some of the things that Mozzie has said in the past. I even heard Voch Lombardi say, and I thought it was very interesting what Voch Lombardi said. and I'm paraphrasing it, but he kind of spoke to the fact that when Mozzie speaks, you're not really convinced he loves football. Did we not realize that's a psyche thing? That's a psyche thing. We're not really sure if he loves football. The Cowboys are trying to be right about Mozzie Smith, whether we realize it or not. They're trying to be right about him because there are some in this fan base who said we drafted him way too high. I mean, there's some that are not a part of the fan base say we drafted him way too high. But the Cowboys want to be right on him. They want to be right on him. And so you don't want to just march in DJ Reader or any other one tech. You don't want to rush him in. You got to let a man see what he is too. Evaluating a man is not just about you saying, hey man, we're going to look and see if he this, that, and the other. No, that man know what he is too. When you let him, when you give a person an opportunity, come on, they know when they're not tearing it up. They know when they're not tearing it up. And when they realize they're not tearing it up, then when you bring in DJ Reader, they understand. All right, I'm not, okay. I need more work. And I'm going to put that work in. I'm going to put that work in. I'm not dumb. I'm going to put that work in. And so this is kind of where we are. You need to see what you're cooking. You need to see how your players are cooking. Don't just bring in new groceries until you see what your players are cooking. And that's why Steven, he didn't say we're done. No, hey man, we've been making so many moves. Let's see what we got now. Man, we don't want to bought these groceries. Let's cook with these groceries. See what we cooking with. Amen. We got to see what we cooking with, man. Boy, we got to see what we cooking with. Oak Cliff Rockefeller, boy, you better stop playing. He is. I know who you talking about. He looking like Rosie O'Donnell. Uncle Charles said Jerry and Stephen Jones mad. Boy, you better say it, Uncle Charles. He said they mad as heck at Trayvon Diggs. He's supposed to be training with the Cowboys trainers, not his old trainers. They furious. Uncle Charles, they furious. Yes, sir. They're furious with him because they already said he didn't rehab good the last time. Yeah, they furious. They're furious. And again, what they're doing, hey, man, the Cowboys just saying, hey, we need to see what we cooking before we go buy new groceries. Davion Wallace, what up? He said, Elam hit, sign a trade blend and roll with Savon and draft another next season. Hey, they got to see what they're cooking with to do some of these things. And I'm telling you, I do think the Cowboys got a backup plan. I think they have a backup plan. If this defensive back room isn't working, I think they have a backup plan. Boy, Terry, you better say it. I was going to mention this part a little bit later. But Trayvon Diggs, he's missing out on the camaraderie part. He's missing out on the family building. He's missing out on the culture part. And I'm telling you, and we're going to have to start asking ourselves a question, Terry. What up, Ratio? We're going to have to start asking ourselves a question, aren't we? Does Trayvon Diggs even fit into the culture? Trayvon need to get in here. I'm going to tell you something, man. If I was a player, I would not want to be missing this part of what the Cowboys are doing. I'd have to be here. I'd have to be in the building. Me, I'd have to be in the building. I would. I'd have to be in the building. What the Cowboys are building right now, you got to be a part of it right now. You don't want to come in so late that you're kind of like an outsider. And I'll be honest with you. It's this part right here. I want this stuff right here to be done. All this dumb stuff right here, I want it to be done. I'm just saying from the franchise perspective, I want this kind of stuff to be done. These standoffs with these players. It is time out for this stuff, man. It's time out for these standoffs. It is time for them to start making decisions on some of these players. Let's get this stuff done so you can really keep building the team the way that you want to. And whoever don't want to be here, hey, don't be in the keeping business. Especially when you got guys on the fringe of those contracts. Ghostface Gaming. He said when Alvin Harper got that first big bomb TD catch from Aikman, first time facing the 49ers in the 90s playoff NFC championship, it stunned the Niners. They were shell-shocked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel you. We're going to better do some of that with Pickens, too. Davion, I like what you just said. Just get Gilly. I think Gilly is a part of the plan. 1 year. I just think Gilly is a part of the plan. Gilly would come in if you really want that veteran presence, but I do think you got to get to a point. Man, some of these young guys, you just got to say, we rolling with them. Is it? We just rolling with them. Freddie, what's going on? Good to see you. Warren Miles, Elam is going to compete. He's never scared. Hey, man, they are banking on it. They banking on it. It'll make Diggs expendable because I think the Cowboys are already looking to shake Diggs. They're going to play him this year because they're paying him. They're going to play him because they're paying him. But I think they're done with Diggs, and this kind of stuff right here is what got them done with Diggs.
A chance that you'll tap back into the UFL again.
It's not.
Oh, in the UFL. Hey, man, the Cowboys have kind of hit the lottery in the UFL, guys. I think they missed on one, but they got Kevontae Turpin. They got Brandon Aubrey. It's no surprise they're going back to the well.
It's not a given. I don't think there's anybody that we're just saying, hey, we got to go get this guy like, we did with Turp that 1 year. So, but we'll see.
So nothing to the Jalen Ramsey rumors, connections, or anything like that?
No, he plays for the Dolphins.
What do you think of Schottenheimer bringing in the former players?
Oh, I thought.
Morris Newton, you just made a great comment. Steven plays poker better than Jerry. Stephen Jones plays poker better than Jerry. He is keeping everything he's saying. Morris Newton just said it. Never give your hand away. One of the things that I think Jerry does sometimes, Jerry gives his doggone hand away. Don't give your hand away. Don't give your hand away. You just keep playing the game. Keep your poker face on. And anybody who play poker, you keep your glasses on. Be careful the light's not reflecting too hard so they can see your cards in the glasses. Hey, just kind of keep you. Hey, let's go to training camp, see what we got. Go to training camp, see what you got. Don't tell nobody what's on the back burner. Because again, I'm hearing two different things. We don't have nothing on the front burner. But we do got a few things on the back. What you got on the back? We got lids on it. We ain't telling you what's in them lids. We ain't telling you what's up under them lids. We got some stuff in the back. We don't want to tell nobody because we start talking too much. Somebody might come and say, the Cowboys are interested in fill in the blank. No, Stephen is saying and doing exactly right, man. Hey, don't tell people what you're doing. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Because we know people going to run with it the moment somebody start talking about it. No, don't do that. Don't do it. The Cowboys are being smart. See what you got. See what you have. Let's see what Diggs is. Let's see what he looks like. Once we get him in the building, we can evaluate him on our own. Let's see what Mozzie Smith is. Let's see what Savon Revel Jr. starts materializing into. Let's evaluate Kyrie Elam. Let's keep watching. Not only that, we got to start watching our safeties too, because I do believe Donovan Wilson may be a cut candidate. Think he may be a cut candidate. Because somebody got to tell me, where's Marquise Bell? Ty Church in the crib, what's going on? Yeah, Ty Church said Elam, rookie Carson, and sign Bland. Yeah, I think that's kind of what you're looking at. I think that's a scenario, Ty Church, that they want to happen. I do. They want Elam to ball out. Hey, And if we can get this one season out of Trayvon Diggs, even if it's magical, short of him getting 7 interceptions and returning them for touchdowns, we know he ain't coming back. They did his contract perfect. They don't have to do anything. He ain't coming back. Superstar, the fan base is too divided on how to properly team build and what expectations are and should be for this season, G. Hey, I tell you, with me, superstar status, I'm rolling with what they doing. I like it. Hey, superstar, I'm keeping it very simple. I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing. I haven't seen one thing that they've done that I'm like, I don't like it. I like what they're doing. They doing more studying than me. I like what they're doing. Ty Church, yes, sir. He said, I already understand Diggs don't fit the culture. That's what I'm alluding to. He don't fit the culture, Ty Church. And the Cowboys got to get done with this stuff. This is why the Cowboys got to do this thing with they got to do this thing with Micah Parsons. Man, stop this stuff. Let's get this dude signed, so we can go ahead and move on, man, to greener pastures. Boy, we on a quest for a championship. Get Micah Parsons signed. Get him signed. Trayvon Diggs, we already know what it is. Let's get him in. He gonna play for us this year. We gonna get the dream just in case we say maybe we want to keep it going with Deron Blaine, Trayvon Diggs, Savon Revel Jr., Kyrie Elam if he works his way in here, Kalen Carson, these guys like Josh Butler. Hey, maybe we want to work them in. We still want to see what it look like. But at the end of the day, we got an alternative if it don't work out. All right, let's get a few more in here, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Let's go.
I thought it was outstanding. I think our guys were really embraced it. Our players, it's great to see them. Great to see a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys have had a lot of success wearing the Cowboy Stars, so it's great to see them out here. I think they really enjoyed, what Coach Schottenheimer's doing with these players.
Talking about Legend Day.
Really thought, it was a great event, and we're going to do it again. I think everybody loved it, and the guys who missed it, guys like Troy even mentioned he hated, he called up and said if I weren't in Europe, I'd have been there. And
yeah.
Hopefully next time we'll have even more. We love having those guys back.
A lot of guys.
Let me tell y'all something. Do y'all remember? It was barely a year ago. How many of us didn't like this guy? And I'm not sure I've ever been there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just that kind of person. I love me some Jerry Jones. And you know what I mean. I mean that in the best way. Like Stephen Jones, too. But a lot of people have not liked this man you see on the screen. Isn't it strange that it seems like we are starting to like Stephen Jones? Are we not changing our mind about Stephen Jones? I really do believe that this dude is on a campaign to make us love him. He just does things. I mean, he mentioned it at the press conference that Shotty's going to do things differently than Mike McCarthy, so he would do things different than Jerry. And while I do think that it was Jerry with the George Pickens things, that's just what Jerry does. But on the front end, it's been Stephen Jones, other than Brian Schottenheimer, that's been doing the majority of the talking. And now when you listen to him talk, he doesn't sound so brash as he used to be. Now he's kind of talking kind of matter-of-factly, but he's also talking friendly. I think they're on a campaign to transition and make us love Stephen Jones. I do. And I think some of these things, like this thing with the legendary thing, Wouldn't be surprised if that's something that Shotty and Stephen Jones more worked on than maybe Jerry. But I don't know this for sure. But Stephen Jones seems to be kind of orchestrating or kind of doing some things where he's trying to make sure that he has very good relationships with his team all of a sudden. And even a very good relationship with the fan base. Stephen Jones is being very, I believe, very, very calculated. And so I like some of the things that they're doing. And he likes it too. So again, I tell you what I'm gonna do, guys. I gotta go rock with the kids. It's about 5:40 somewhere in there, 5:45 over here in Texas. So I gotta get going, but I'll be back later on today. Yeah. All right, guys, we got more to go on this. Y'all come back and rock with me tonight. I'm doing Cowboys After Hours at 12 o'clock tonight. I may even go a little bit early for some of y'all who can't stay up that late. But, man, we be having fun on Cowboys After Hours. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have seen it when you wake up and you get to go back and do the replay. But I would invite you to be back tonight. We'll be back to our regular scheduled time around 4 and 4:30 come next week. We got a lot of things to do in the studio. We're still doing some work in here, too. But, boy, we got a lot of great things coming. I appreciate y'all rocking with me this evening. Again, I hate to go, man, but I got to go. Like Martin said, man, I love the kids. We got to go. We got to go do what we got to do with the kids. But, boy, it's exciting, man. Hey, we got a lot of things to be excited about. Boy, these Cowboys are doing some things that I absolutely love. And so, again, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Y'all keep pushing us out there, and we're going to keep on growing together. Appreciate you, man. Y'all the best. Chat on YouTube. I've already told you this before. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys when we talk facts. DC4L, God bless. Peace.